This is the Transformers Generations War for Cybertron Trilogy EARTHRISE Deluxe Class Decepticon Fast Track. And yes, I finally pulled the trigger on this one. I decided, I have Scorponok. Might as well get his spear or his minion, I suppose, his partner. Fast Track, and thanks to my good buddy John, who convinced me to get it, since he said you might as well get one because you're hanging on to your Scorponok. And we did some research. I never had the G1 Scorponok, so we did some research whether Fast Track was an actual Transformer figure with Scorponok, and it turns out he was. And one of my first frustrations when I was a kid was to get a G1 Scorponok, and to this day I have not been able to get one, which kind of sucks, but I guess the EARTHRISE version will have to do for now. I picked up this figure from Our Toys. Let's get him out of packaging. And here is Fast Track out of packaging, and boy, am I surprised at how well this figure turned out. I was prejudging this figure straight out of the packaging and saying, man, this is probably going to be sold off. I mean, I'm probably not going to like this figure 100%, but looking at him now, playing with him a couple times, transforming him here and there, and just posing him all around, this is a great figure. I'm sorry, Hasbro and Takara Tomy, for judging it too quickly, but it is absolutely gorgeous. It just doesn't feel as great when you look at it in packaging, but when you take it out of packaging, it's just a really, really well-made figure. As you can see right here, the plastic feels so premium. It's not like the other EARTHRISE figures that I've reviewed, like Ironhide and maybe Trailbreaker or stuff like that. Every single plastic on this figure is hard plastic, hard premium finish type of plastic, some matte finish, some plastic pieces of glossy finishes. It's just an amazing well-made figure. It's a great gray color, gray, black, and orange color, true to his color in his G1 from his G1 version. So, apart from judging this figure way too quickly, I was also a little bit skeptical of this actual figure being a robot, and as well as a combiner, and having a tank alt mode and all that. I never had the G1 Scorponok, so I did some research, and some of you are always claiming I don't do my research. Haha, I've done my research now. There is actually a robot mode for Fast Track as well as an actual alt mode. So, man, it sucks that you don't have these G1 toys. I mean, they were so expensive growing up, and even to this day, as a grown-up, I can't afford these things. So, it's a legitimate Transformer figure in this Generations universe that Hasbro has created. Albeit he is a little bit bigger than his old G1 self, which is much smaller than this one. But since we have already 6-gun, we have Cog, and we have Brunt, it's only fair that Scorponok is given a treatment on one of his companions as an actual transforming robot in the deluxe class size or price point. And Hasbro nailed it with this figure. He's got this really nice blade, which will be used also when he transforms into his spear mode. He's got some nice orange guns right here. You know what? I'm actually quite fine with this. Some people say it should have been silver, but in the old G1 toy, the wheels and the guns are actually orange. And in fact, you can hold it like this on both hands so that he'll look much like his G1 self, with having blasters for hands. Let's talk about paint apps for the figure. Great paint apps right here. He's got a red visor, a metallic teal finish on his chest. Some issues though on the black paint, and I've seen a couple on the shelf on the hobby shop I picked it up from, and there are some inconsistencies with the black paint. I mean, it's a small minor complaint, just nitpicking. It's a terrific figure, but look at this. And in some figures, the black is much darker than the others. You can see there are some lapses in where the paint should be, some smudging here and there. and even here. In the other figures I saw, the black paint that they used for the waist piece, for the crotch piece, as well as the shoulder pieces, they are much deeper. It's a much deeper kind of black like this one. This one is a lighter shade of black. It's just quality control on the part of Hasbro, but it doesn't detract from how awesome this figure is. It's a very minor complaint on the paint apps. So articulation for the figure, he's got a swivel neck, swivel waist. Oops. The arms actually tab in this way. I just made it this way because I actually feel it looks much better, gives a better silhouette than this. This is the official version, but you can also, you know, put it this way. Not stopping you from doing that, or this way if you wanted to. It is this multi-assembly, assemble and disassemble type of deluxe class figure, which you can really separate the pieces. So it's got a hinge elbow, bicep swivel, swivel wrists, hips can go in and out, forward, backward, thigh swivel, hinge knees, because of transformation, can go all the way 180, almost 180 if you do transform him. Ankle rockers, which is mandatory for all these War for Cybertron Trilogy figures, and some toe articulation because of transformation. Now to transform him into his tank mode, let's do that one first. Okay, so remove this piece right here. You can, let's remove the dagger, because we're gonna need that sooner. And then what you want to do is you want to rotate the arms this way, attach this main torso right here, okay, and then you want to fold this out right now, because you don't have to if you don't want like an attachment port sticking out at the back of the car, of the tank. You don't have to do this. The instruction says you can keep it there so it's a flat, flush rear end of the tank, but I feel it's probably best you just have this sticking out so that you'll have options later on when you do want to attach something like maybe a Battlemaster, or attach it to another base mode, and have this piece sticking out. Okay, fold this arms this way, and it says to rotate the fists this way. You could do that, but I think the better transformation is if you rotate the elbows or the biceps this way, so that you'll have this one on top instead of these hollow pieces out. Okay, and then the tank cockpit, tab in right here and cover the head. Once you finish the top part of the tank, set that one aside. Then you want to go to the lower section of the robot, and these ab pieces, you want to go and swivel them up 180 degrees, up like that. And then the leg pieces are going to fold up and tab onto those tabs right there. Go ahead and tab them all the way in till you hear it click, and then the foot pieces are going to tab onto those ab pieces right there. So make sure you fold them all the way. Don't just fold them like this and then just try and tab, but make sure it's flush all the way till you hear that click, and then you tab in. Then the top part, everything's just going to tab in. These tabs are going to tab onto those slots, and these tabs are going to tab into these slots. It's best if you do it here at the back right here first. Just get them lined up, and then you snap on the top part just like that. And you can clearly see what I was talking about earlier, that if you put this one inside, it's going to be very difficult to flip out this piece. You have to remove everything again if you want to connect the tank piece to any of the bases or any of the Battlemasters or whatever. But you can keep it folded up like this, and it still looks great. I mean, it still looks like a flat back, even though it's obviously better this way, but I'm okay with this one. And then the blade, you can keep it mounted right here as an extra accessory, or you can plug it in at the back of his head like that, and you'll form a seat for Lord Zarak. Lord Zarak is going to sit right in there. You can ride the tank. I like the way that this one turned out. It's just a shame it's not a real cockpit that you could open up and put Lord Zarak, but it doesn't matter because transformation will not allow it. It still looks great. It's a fine looking tank mode. It rolls wonderfully. Absolutely love this. I mean, robot mode and alt mode are clear winners already, and you have 2 more modes to go for this robot. So what a wonderful robot. So let me just get rid of Lord Zarak for the time being. And what we're going to do now is we are going to transform him into his combined mode, or I suppose battle mode, where he is a weapon, much like Cog or Six Gun, and you can attach it to another robot. Now to do that, you want to split up everything. Okay, get rid of all these pieces right here. Okay, that. Oh. Okay. All right. What you want to do is you want to detach these leg pieces right here. Okay. And then just keep these things folded. No, just, yeah, keep them like that. And what you want to do is, this is going to be the backpack. And you want to make sure that the wheels stay on top. So you can bend this one a little bit just so you have a guide. Okay, plug it in like this. Make sure the wheels are on top. And then the sort of the arms, they are going to form the guns. And I guess you can mount it this way. Just make sure everything's, all of the hollow pieces are facing down, I guess. There's really no, there's a clear way to do it, but you can combine it any which way you want, but I think this is the best way to do it, where everything is, even the instructions say so, all the solid pieces are on top and all the hollow pieces are at the bottom. Okay, and then this one, wait, let me just get rid of this piece. Fold this back up right here, and then you're going to connect it back to the lower torso as it was in robot mode. Go ahead and rotate. Now do it this way. And this peg right here, that's going to be the backpack peg. Fold the head like this, and that's the entire backpack assembled. Okay, fold it. Let's just prepare it for combination, combine mode, like that. Set that off to the side, and then the cockpit piece, or the backpack or chest piece, is going to split up like this, and then the spear is going to plug in right here. Keep it, make it a solid looking shield mode. Now, the instructions clearly say that this battle mode is supposed to be combined with Run Amok. Now, you know how I feel about my Run Amok figure. I don't want stuff pegging onto his backpack or that rear end of the car, because I don't want to damage the paint. And if you can see right here, the guns are actually at an angle. They don't fold all the way forward like War Machine would have it. Like, it's still facing upward. As such, I decided to choose another figure for combined mode, and I'm choosing Refractor because he's a nice basic deluxe class figures, backpack port right there. What we can do is we can attach this peg right here onto his back, and then it doesn't have to be at an angle. You can clearly see that if you fold those ankle rockers, and his notches right here are a perfect fit to those slots right there. And if you fold it like this, you can have all the guns like facing like a horizontal, full horizontal, and not a angled type of assembly. And you can have all these guns like Jake Rockwell's Devastator or Detonator. And then the shield, you can have it like here. It could be like a defense weapon as well as an offense weapon. Like that. And have it posed up like this. Refractor! Attack the Autobots! So, pretty good. I'm actually very, very pleased with the way this thing combined. Sorry. Let me just put those guns back. So, yeah. Look at that. So much firepower for a deluxe class figure. Yeah, I'm straightening it out. Just give it some space. Yeah. Great assembly mode. I actually prefer this one over the Serpentine battle mode by Brunt. And look at this. Really nice. Well done, Hasbro. So now let's get him into his final mode, which is the Tyrant Spear mode. Now the Tyrant Spear, I believe, is a weapon by Black Zarak, the other recolor, redeco of Scorponok or Mega Zarak. Now he's Black Zarak. It's a thin red spear right here, as you can see in the cartoons. And there are some third-party 3D printed spears that you could put on your G1 Black Zarak or Mega Zarak. Now, Hasbro and Takara Tomy have redefined the spear with Fasttrack, and it's a thicker sort of head spear with a thin body or shaft, and we'll get to that right now. So to do that, you got to get rid of all the pieces again and sort of disassemble them so that you can form the spear. Okay, so get rid of this like that, and yeah, maybe this is the only piece that's not included in the spear mode, so we're gonna set that aside. Okay, so at this point, what you want to do is you want to split the legs, get rid of these leg pieces right here. Okay, what you want to do is you want to combine the leg pieces. Okay, and to do so, you're going to do it this way. You're going to combine them right back here in this with the body, with the torso mode. Okay, so maybe I think we should do it this way. Right, okay, plug it in like this, rotate it this way. Okay, that's the main body of the spear, and you see it's a really big spear. Now the shield, okay, this thing is going to plug in right here and combine both legs together to form the head of the spear. So that is one huge spear tip. So if this is the spear, you should have a shaft that's way long, like this long, for this to actually be a spear. But we're not having that. What we are having though is this, and what you want to do is you want to connect the arm pieces right here like that. Keep the weapons on because they will plug in onto each other right there, and you plug it in right here and make sure all the joints, the elbow joints and swivel joints, are straight, and that is it. This is the spear. It feels like a I don't know, like a, it feels like a shish kebab, you know, poker. I don't know. It feels like lopsided. The weight is unbalanced, but this is it. At least we have a Tyrant spear mode for Scorponok. This one, on the other hand, I think there is a way to just plug it in if you wanted to. I mean, if you're not too concerned about aesthetics and all that, you just want everything combined, you can possibly just fold it up like this. And I think it, I mean, if you look at it in this way, you're not going to see it. Or maybe quite possibly you can just plug him in like here. Fold that up. I guess that's a better place to put it. And you can have the entire spear like this. In this way, all the parts would have been used accordingly, and there's no parts forming piece left anywhere. So yeah, that is the spear mode. And so some final thoughts on this fast-tracked figure. I think it's a great figure. I do apologize for judging it too quickly and being skeptical about it. It's an amazing figure. And what's more, it is a great add-on figure and accessory to the EARTHRISE Scorponok. And as you can clearly see, I've got the toes out right there. My bad for not doing that in the Scorponok review. And as you can also clearly see right here, it is quite possible for Scorponok to hold on to that spear on the staff part. You just need to squeeze in that thumb all the way through and jam that spear, the thickest part of the spear, right in there. And it is possible to actually hold it. It's not leaning on anything. The spear is not resting on anything. It's actually being squeezed by the thumb and palm of Scorponok. So it is quite possible to do it very solidly and in a stable way. And you could clearly give Scorponok or Megazarak the spear, the Tyrant spear. So the figure is going to get a 10 out of 10 for me. I absolutely enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section what you think of Fasttrack. Is it something you absolutely need? You think it'll look great on your Scorponok, or is it an absolute pass and you think you can wait for it to go on clearance? Let me know in the comment section below, and as always, hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. If it's your first time here, please subscribe, and if you want to help out the channel, help me make more video reviews, please check out my Patreon account. Any form of contribution will be greatly appreciated and help me further the channel. And as always, Thanks for watching.